So, 2023. Definitely one of the years of all time. Certainly a great year to be a gamer. I mean, between the memes, trends, and recaps, we've got a lot of stuff to look back on. GTA 6 even got announced. Can you believe that? As always, I hope you had a good year. As for me, between learning new skills, being creatively adventurous, and making videos I'm actually somewhat proud of, I think I can say I had a pretty good year, especially on YouTube. I also said that last year. What is happening? Now, before we get into the review, I wanted to address some questions that some of you might have had. First of which, being Halo. Where's Halo? Didn't you do a Halo video? Where's the rest? Well, you got me. I don't know where Halo is. To be completely honest, I didn't plan on making more Halo after the ODST video. I'm sorry if that's what you're here for, but now you know. I also didn't expect it to receive as much attention as it did, but now that I know there's an audience for it, and moreover, an audience that gets my humor and references, I suppose I ought to give it some thought. I'm not sure if I can outdo the first one though. But I don't want to promise anything. If I don't make it, then I don't make it. And you as a viewer should not feel obliged to stick around if I don't give you something worth staying for. I have some other stuff that I wanted to tackle before I even thought about Halo, so again, I hope you all understand. Second, where's the subscriber celebration video? Don't all YouTubers make those at some point? Ah yes, you got me again. And now that I think about it, I never even thanked anyone, so I'll do it here. Thank you all for subscribing. It really means a lot that even for a brief moment, you'd enjoy what I make enough to give a subscription. But I didn't make a subscriber special. Why? Well, maybe because I never had any sub goals to begin with. My version of a subscriber milestone was just to keep making videos, as boring as that may sound. Otherwise, I would have ended up like this. Wow, 10 subscribers. I'd like to thank myself and the 9 alt accounts that I made. Wait, hold on. I'm getting a call from Mr. Editor. What? Hold on. We hit another milestone. 100 subscribers. That's like almost 100. Wait, hold on. I'm getting another call. Again? There's no way. Do numbers even go that high? This is unprecedented growth. I'm not sure if we can actually keep up with it. Are you sure that's a real number? Are you sure? How do I have negative subscribers? How do I have half a subscriber? And now I have imaginary subscribers. Am I even real? Thank you all for 1 billion subscribers. I know we're not actually there yet, but I'm making this in advance so you guys never catch me off guard again. Still, despite all that, I'm very thankful I was able to make some of you laugh or feel nostalgic. You guys certainly made my day, or my summer, rather. I'll try to be more punctual about these milestones going forward. Anyways, back to the review. So, after a year's worth of hard work, I produced, directed, and edited 4 videos. Wait, am I reading that right? How many did I make last year? 31? What happened? That's right, 4 videos, or a video every 3 months. I know, my name is Barry Allen and I'm the fastest man alive. The difference between this year and last year is that I don't consider any of these videos to be low effort, and to me, they're all worth watching. But that's just me. As for the style of my videos, I still think this channel is video game focused and will be for the foreseeable future. If I had to describe what I make, or what I want to make, I'd say they're videos with movie moments. But some of you pointed out an even better term that should have occurred to me earlier, machinima. Although I was never thinking about that during any of these videos. To me, I was just making references and pulling inspiration from whatever crossed my mind. Last year, I made a list of things that I accomplished, as well as a list of things that remained unfinished. So, let's have a look at that and see how I did. Well, we still don't have the Halo Trilogy, ODST, or Half-Life, but we do have Halo Reach, Portal 1 and 2, and Mirror's Edge. So, in the end, I accomplished about half of those things, and the end result of those I remain pretty satisfied with to this day. Well, we still don't have the Halo Trilogy. You already know about that, or Half-Life. But I can definitely say that we do have ODST. I'm not sure if what I ended up making is what I had in mind, but none of my videos this year have turned out how I thought they would. Let's talk about the first video I made this year. Roblox. Yes, I did completely rip off Maxor for the title. This video took 11 months to make, believe it or not. I wrote the script back in June of 2022, and I ended up putting it off to work on other stuff. By the time summer ended, all I had was the intro and some gameplay, but no ideas for structure or music selection. It wasn't until December when I decided to work on the video again, but the map in-game had changed to the winter version, meaning I procrastinated so long that the game had changed seasons, and it wouldn't change back until April of 2023. By then, I had rewrote the script, settled on a chapter format, and chose my music. And by May, I was finished. I think this project taught me the importance of planning and doing everything on time. I will say though, I had never felt so relieved to finish a video before. So naturally, knowing that I deserved a break, I immediately started working on the next video. ODST. Finally, a real game. The only thing I knew about this game was its soundtrack, but June would be the month where I finally played the game where it was from. So I did, and with basically no ideas as to how I'd make it into a video, I threw the recording into the timeline. I was originally gonna do it like I did the Reach video, basically just a condensed Let's Play. But one night, I decided to patch my microphone into my editor, just for fun. I took the opening scene, muted the audio, and decided to voice over some characters myself. And that scene ended up making the final cut, and changed the course of the entire video. This is one of those timeline moments where had I not decided to do a joke voiceover, I never would have gotten the video I ended up with. I think the style of this video was passively influenced by a lot of the media I watched over time, same with the references. It was also the beginning of movie references that had little to do with the video. I look back on this video fondly, as it was one of the first times a video made me excited to work on it and see it through. I remember how strange it felt being hyped for a scene that I edited, or laughing for the 50th time in a row at a joke that I wrote. A lot of the dialogue was improvised, believe it or not, with slight inspiration from other things I had heard or seen before. Throughout the video, I had this momentum where I couldn't put down a scene until it was done. There wasn't a day where I didn't make any edits, and before I knew it, I was finished. 2 weeks. That's how long this video took to make. I don't know what I was on, but I need more. However, not all was well during production. I was kinda stuck on the thumbnail and the title. I wanted something that would let the video kinda stand on its own. I eventually settled on the title, as I felt it captured what the rookie and the rest of the team were about, but I was still clueless on the thumbnail. So, I did what any YouTuber would do in my position, and completely ripped off history buffs. With ODST done, I decided to branch out and do other games, and Catalyst was the first one I decided to try. The gameplay actually looked pretty good, and I saw potential for music montages, so I gave it a try. And I can confirm, the gameplay is very good. Compared to the first game, I'd say this one has easier combat and parkour, making it a lot more beginner-friendly, whereas the first game didn't really help you all that much. I actually got quite good at speedrunning this game, which is funny because it's a game about speedrunning. You'll notice that instead of referencing a movie in the thumbnail, I referenced the game, Jet Set Radio, as I felt that the music and themes from that game would also fit Catalyst. As for the video style, I kept the already established formula of cutscene with dialogue followed by music montage, as that's what worked for ODST. Looking back, I think where this video shines brightest is in the montages, as I'm not too proud of the dialogue since I kinda rushed it. What can I say? I was so used to speedrunning. Now, clearly this video was not as much of a hit as the one that preceded it, but I'm still glad I made it, since I was trying to show that I was still interested in other games. I also think the title of this video was really catchy. Overall, it took a little less than a month to make this video from start to finish, and I learned to be a bit more organized and creatively adventurous, which would be extremely helpful for the next video I made, Titanfall. Well, Titanfall 2. Another game that, from what I recall, received immense praise and yet still managed to fly under the radar in modern day. This game was not on any of my lists at all, it was just sitting in my Steam library. All of this would change when, one day, I came across a speedrun of the game, and I was blown away by the movement mechanics. It didn't take long for me to find out that the game runs on the Source engine, and suddenly, everything made sense. I think even people who have never played Titanfall before have seen the moon boot skip, and when I saw that myself, I wanted to try it. So, with what little knowledge I had, I dove into the game, and left with an experience unlike any other game I had played before. Let's talk about the campaign. I didn't expect such a compelling story, especially in a game as short as this one. I also didn't expect to find the developers of this game are the same ones that did Apex Legends. I only figured that out when I started looking at the names of the guns. The visuals in this game are stunning, and the movement was surprisingly satisfying once I got the hang of it. I can't speak on the shooting because I can't aim. As for the video, I did kind of struggle a bit with the structure, as the lack of cutscenes and non-removable music and dialogue meant I was left with no room to put my own dialogue. I thought if I couldn't have these cutscenes, then I was just gonna make my own. I found a cinematic camera tutorial, which also introduced me to the Northstar client, and I got to work. Now, unlike ODST or Catalyst, I actually scripted scenes for this one, and I took my time with each scene that I did, especially since now I was not only in charge of writing the dialogue and voicing characters, but also moving the camera. That's how I ended up with over 500 gigs of footage, most of which is just random stuff I didn't use. I settled on a storytelling format where the two main characters would be talking to each other, kinda like one had played the campaign and was just retelling the story for the audience. It almost felt like a TV show, and it allowed me to retell the story in whatever order I wanted. I believe you call this non-linear storytelling. Or maybe I just don't know how to tell a coherent story. This was also the first time I had dedicated boss fights in a video, and I did my best to make the fights and everything leading up to them entertaining. All in all, this video took a little less than 2 months to make, and I couldn't be happier with what I ended up making. In my opinion, this video is my best one so far. So in short, ODST taught me how to do dialogue, Catalyst taught me how to do montages, and Titanfall taught me how to play characters. If I had to choose a favorite video from this year, I think it would definitely be Titanfall. No disrespect to the people who enjoyed the other games, I enjoyed those videos too. But in terms of what I had to do to make Titanfall work, I gotta choose it. And I don't know how long it'll be until I make another video like that. Now on to the more serious stuff outside of the videos. First, I want to talk about actually doing YouTube as a job versus doing it as a hobby. Do you want to be a YouTuber? Or so the question goes. Well, given how I'm not even partnered and I have no income from any of this, I suppose I am content just doing it for fun. Not having YouTube as a job means I can just enjoy it without worrying about the views or subs or copyright stuff, which is also good. So my answer is that I don't know. Whether I'm an actual YouTuber or not shouldn't get in the way of making good videos. Oh, we're doing this again. Alright, Jarvis, cue the emotional music. I want to use this part to talk about where I see my channel going forward. I think this summer gave me a glimpse of what it's like to have the spotlight on me for a brief moment. But I know it's not realistic to expect that to last. And in order to make something work on YouTube, you need to be consistent. And I have to be honest with myself that I'm just not consistent. I would really like to upload more, but I just don't have the resources or material to do that. So I see my channel staying very low key for a good amount of time until I've really gotten a grip on YouTube. However, even though I'm not a full-time YouTuber, I still started something. And to me, that was the most important part. Making a channel is a bit of a long-term investment. You can't expect all the good things to happen at once, and I can't expect to have all the good ideas suddenly cross my mind. I mean, I look around and I see that even some of the biggest YouTubers nowadays had rough starts, or years where they didn't make anything. So, going forward, where do I see my channel? Well, I see it as a work in progress. If I could write a message to myself back in 2021 when I started, I'd say that even if it felt like a waste of time or a stupid decision, I think you're doing the right thing by starting, because you never know where you might end up. Well, I think that's all I had to share. This was one hell of a year I'll never forget, and I hope to see you around next year. I do have a few projects that I have been slowly making progress on, so hopefully I'll get around to finishing them soon, but no promises on when they'll be done. Anyways, I hope you have a good New Year's. 2024 is our year, boys. And with that, I've been your Capitan, signing off. Thanks so much for watching.